So instead of playing the blues song in C on a C harp, you can play a different key harp, selected strategically, so you can play the fewest extra flats to play in C minor. Okay? So think of adding flats to Ionian mode as moving to less major modes. They get progressively more minor as you add the flats, right? So there's the little mode and sharp flat. So starting with Ionian mode, no extra sharps or flats, right? Ionian mode, mode 1 to Mixolydian, mode 5. That flats the 7th note. Mixolydian is slightly less happy sounding than Ionian because of that flatted 7th. After Mixolydian is Dorian with that flatted 3rd. Dorian mode is much less happy sounding because that half step between the 2nd and 3rd it has in common with minor, and so that's really important. So after Dorian, as we just showed, is mode 6. Which is the blues music mode. So if you start in first position and add 3 flats, you get to Aeolian mode. So now continuing with my desire to play C Aeolian with 4 harps, my harmonicas that I eventually picked for myself, and I'll explain later how I arrived at them. Are low F, G, A, and A flat, which is best for C minor in this case. Let's take a look at the low F harp. First position, diatonic notes in F Ionian mode. We're in first position, and you can see the arrows. No sharps or flats are added. No added sharp or flat, and it's in an F harmonica. So B flat is built into the F harp because it's diatonic to the key of F Ionian, F major, right? So you don't have to do anything just by going from the C harp and picking up the F harp. You play it the same dang way as you played the C, but you're getting a B flat for free because it's built into that key of harmonica, right? So you've already gotten one of your flats taken care of for you here without having to do any extra work. Okay, now let's go into second position on the diatonic, on this F major diatonic harp. Second position is C, and it's Mixolydian mode. And that's diatonic to this harmonica. You don't have to play any extra sharps or flats to play in C Mixolydian mode on the F major harp because it's C Mixolydian mode is diatonic to that keyed harp. So you don't have any extra work to do to play Mixolydian C. Let's add the next flat, okay? Now, as we said, the 7th is already flatted, so it's already built in. So the next flat is 3, right? Remember 7, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1, 4. So 7, 3. And now we're in Dorian mode. So that's an E flat. And so we're only playing one extra flat. That's it. And we've reached on the F major harmonica in second position. We're playing in C, and so we only had to do one extra flat to get to Dorian mode. But since Dorian, and remember about the pentatonic scales, since the Dorian and Aeolian pentatonic scales are the same, I could probably get away with using a low F harp in second position and playing one extra flat to play C minor blues songs. It's a good trick. See, just knowing a little bit about the modes and the order of the sharps and the flats and how to apply them, and you have to do this quickly. So you just have to think about it a lot. And I did because I was driving to work, 45 minutes to an hour twice a day, back and forth, and I would do nothing but play and think of this stuff. And so then when you're on stage and you're under pressure to know what key harp to pick and what mode that you're in, to be able to do it in like about 5 seconds, it's pretty important just to understand these things so that they're almost second nature. So recall the order of the added flats. 7362514 is the opposite of the order of modes. 1526374. 1526374. That's the opposite of the order of the flats. 7362514. So the order of the added flats is also, as you might imagine, the opposite of the order of the added sharps, right? 4152637. And everything is related by intervals of a fifth. This consistency of pattern behavior is just the key, as I was just saying, key to remembering this stuff quickly. So regarding changing modes for the key of C Ionian, maybe not obviously at this moment, but after I explain it, it's going to be obvious that you would trend, if you want to change, if you want to add sharps or flats and you're on a C harmonica, you're going to trend towards the flat direction of the circle of fifths because your root note is never altered. If you're trying to play in C, so if you go around the sharp side, the clockwise, and you get to C Lydian because your first sharp is F. Okay, so that's fine. So if you want to play in C Lydian, you can by playing one extra sharp, and then you would have C, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, right? You'd have that one sharp. Okay, but the next sharp you would reach, and going around clockwise, it's C. So you'd have to sharp the C as part of the process, but now you're not even playing, you just changed the tonic, so you're not even in C anymore. So it doesn't make any sense really to think about if you have a C harp going the sharp direction, you're gonna naturally tend towards going in the flat direction around the circle of fifths. So we can see that, right? So the first next flat from if you're playing a C harmonica, your first next flat is B flat, and you've got C Mixolydian. You play the second next flat, and you reach C Dorian. That's B flat and E flat. And if you play three next flats, then you've got B E A, all flatted, big evil animals, right? And then you're playing in C Aeolian or C minor, right? So you're never altering your tonic, but going the clockwise direction, when you hit that second stop in the circle of fifths, boom! Now you're not even playing in C anymore. It's a C sharp. So here's a case that benefits going in the sharp direction. Okay, there's always a reason when it's possible that going in the other direction will benefit you. Okay, and here is that the one that benefited me. Okay, so if we're playing on a C harmonica and we're playing in E Phrygian, that's fifth position, and that's just the third mode in the mode chart. So before we go and go around the sharp side, let's just go around the flat side to see what happens. So first on the flat side, we're gonna flat the B flat. That's the first flat we reach because we had no sharps or flats, and so the first flat is going to be the B flat, and so that is E F G A B flat C D. And so as we started off with, E Phrygian is mode 3 of C Ionian. So that would be the example if we were using the C harmonica. E Phrygian is fifth position, and it's all diatonic notes to C major, and there's no sharps or flats. So we're going to go in the flat direction. Our first flat around the circle of fifths is that B flat, and so we have flatted. So the first flat is the seventh scale degree. That's that 7362514, right? And so that is the B, and it goes to the B flat. But now what mode is that? it goes to Locrian mode. Locrian mode is a very bizarre mode, and it's not very commonly used, and so it doesn't really make any sense that you would go if you're starting in fifth position in E Phrygian, and you want to kind of play in another mode that's in E. You wouldn't want to go in the flat direction, because the first one you're going to hit is Locrian, which is even weirder than Phrygian. And so this is why you're going to see here in a second that going in the sharp direction is the way to go if you're in E Phrygian for this example. So the sharp direction doesn't have that problem that we just experienced. So the first next sharp is F sharp. So then that takes us over to mode 6. See, there's the mode chart, right? It sends us to mode 6. That's Aeolian, so that's minor. That's E minor. So we wrap around from the sharp flat added. This is a circle, right? And so F sharp is the fourth scale degree of C Ionian. So this is as far as you would go with sharps, because the next sharp, again, would sharp that C, and you wouldn't want to be there anymore. But it's fine, because you just wanted to get from Phrygian to Aeolian, and that only required you to play the first next sharp. And then you got to the minor mode in fifth position, which is a win. So yeah, and that's the reason it's a win is because the Aeolian and pentatonics. If you didn't want to play that extra sharp, and then you could just skip it and just play the pentatonic scale in the Phrygian mode, and you could get away with improvising in E minor. Just avoid that F sharp. But if you practice that first sharp, or if you needed to play it in the melody, then you would know how to do it. You just play that F sharp.